Not for me because of how I am as a person. I'm my biggest critic, so if it's something that needs to be fixed, I have no problem with looking back at myself and fixing it. So that's not a problem at all.
On the field, what's the biggest transition moving from outside backer inside, and how do you feel you've developed in that transition?
It might sound crazy, but it's not like that much of a transition for me. It kind of sounds crazy saying that, just because of knowing like the job responsibilities of both. But I have to give Coach Fickle a lot of credit of teaching every linebacker how to play three positions. It kind of made the position easy to transition to throughout the spring. I'm not where I need to be as far as a middle linebacker, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm my biggest critic, but I'm not too far off either. It's the little things that I can improve on, and with Coach Davis' help, I'm taking those steps to become better at it.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from Coach Davis since he came on campus?
The biggest thing I learned from Coach Davis is he wants to coach grown people. A lot of times, coming into college, you're still dealing with kids. He's not used to that. He's an NFL guy. He's used to dealing with grown men, and Coach Meyer loves coaching grown men. So he kind of fits into our system there at Ohio State. So it's not that big of a change for him, but at the same time, it is a change. And just the look of the Irish, you don't always get all grown men. So he's learning that, and he's going from it as well.
Chris, last year was supposed to be this transition year when you guys were so young and nobody really knew what to expect of you guys. You still go to the playoff. Now that almost all that team is back, what are your expectations going in that almost everyone now has seen the field and you've added to the current class?
First of all, I don't know why that keeps becoming a question under Coach Meyer. Honestly, it's like every year it's kind of like the same sort of headline, like, oh, they're losing so many guys, how are they going to replace? And year after year, he just continues to show you how he recruits and how he and the coaching staff and the leaders on the team, build young players and mold them into being, the players that you see on Saturday. But honestly, we're excited about the team we have, excited about the young guys that's coming in, and we haven't put on any pads yet, so don't really know what we have, but we have a good idea of what we have, and we're ready to put all the pieces together.
Almost both lines are all back. You have your quarterback, you have your running back, a lot of receivers. There really aren't that many spots. How competitive do you expect it to be in the next 5 weeks here for those couple open spots?
Honestly, it's going to have to be a rotation. That's the only way I can fathom how you're going to play the best players, because you have guys whose talents are very similar and they put in the same amount of work, so it's kind of unfair to just say, oh, this is a starter. You might see, honestly, 8 to 10 receivers, 10 to 12 defensive linemen playing this year in a rotation because of how good the competition is. And you shouldn't want it as a competitor at sort of the top of the game of your field. You shouldn't want it any other way. You should want to go against the best and compete with the best every single day, and that's what a place like Ohio State gives you.
When you have a defensive line like that, how much easier does that make your job at the linebacker spot?
It makes it a tremendous amount. It's a tremendous difference. You guys keep hyping up our defensive line, please, because it's making them happy. And a lot of times, the offensive line or defensive line don't get a lot of credit for what they do. And all those interceptions last year, Malik had, and other guys, Marshawn. A lot of times it's, oh, did you see the Marshawn play? But what you didn't see was down 1 through 2, or the 2 drives before that, the quarterback probably was hit 6 times upside his head, and he's just trying to get the ball out, and guys are making plays now. So those guys, it's been long deserved for how they've been playing the past year or two, and keep those guys happy because it makes it easy for us.